that good?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Nathan Adams, and we have breaking news tonight out of Seneca, South Carolina, where one of the most difficult questions in the history of mankind is finally being answered. Why did the chicken really cross the road? At 3:57 p.m. this afternoon, we have multiple reports of a giant mob of nearly 300 chickens breaking out of their coop, crossing the road, and beginning to cause havoc in a nearby cow pasture. They began to attack these cattle, and in total 47 calves and cattle lost their lives. Experts believe that these chickens were enraged at the fact that these cattle were the ones writing "Eat More Chicken" on billboards and signs and posters all across Seneca and nearby Clemson. The footage and pictures of this scene are far too explicit to show on TV, but we do have the owner of the farm, Penelope Francis, on the phone. Miss Francis, how you doing? I know it's been a rough few hours for you, but hope things are looking up. How you feeling?
You're right, Nathan. It's been a rough couple hours for me, but we're getting through it. We're just looking for some answers at this point. That's about it.
Well, yeah, I can completely understand that, Miss Francis, and I thank you so much for having you on the show today. But could you just tell me a little bit about what you saw today? I mean, this has got to be a pretty tremendous event for you.
Well, it was sometime around 4 today, and I was tending to my spice gardens when I heard the loudest cluckings I've ever heard, and I look over towards where the chickens usually are in their coop. And what do you know? There's about more chickens than I ever seen at one time, coming right to my cows, crossing the road. I've never seen anything like it, Nathan. I swear to goodness, it was a sight to see. It was a sight to see.
My goodness, Miss Francis, that sounds absolutely horrific. I couldn't even imagine. But why do you think the chickens would react in such an angry and violent way?
Well, I can tell you exactly why, Nathan. My cows had a tendency to heckle these chickens, and seemed to be the ones similar to in the Chick-fil-A advertisements. So these chickens obviously were fed up and were tired of being eaten, and I obviously had to do something about it, and crossed the road to do so, and attacked my cattle in the meantime.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Francis, for being on the show today, and I'm sorry some of your cows had to lose their lives for science to answer such a riveting question.
Well, thanks for having me on, Nathan, and yeah, I hope everything returns to normal in some sort of fashion.
All right, Miss Penelope. Well, you have a good one now, and good luck on everything.
All right, bye-bye now, Nathan. You too now.
Well, there it is. It seems like this is going to be a huge day for chickens and other small pheasants, as it seems as though we found out that the chickens were angry and fed up after decades and decades of ridicule for being stupid and, quite frankly, just being eaten. And it seems today they finally took that step to cross the road, actually cross the road, and do something to these cows who had constantly, quite frankly, begged others and tried to get others to eat them. And if we as humans could really understand that sort of concept, if someone was out there spreading lies and words to eat us, I think I'd do something about it too. And they pretty much changed the history of science and jokes at one time at this scene a couple hours ago. So it's a pretty big deal. It's a big deal. But until chickens strike again, I'll catch y'all next time. And I'm your host, Nathan Adams, and I'll see y'all next time.